Couch Chat. So today's Couch Chat is all about why it is that you don't give women freebies early on in the dating process. And the reason is because they'll become suspicious and not trust that you have true intentions to do good by them, and it'll probably freak them out. So where am I getting this lesson from? Well, so this past weekend, when I'm not doing this stuff, I also have a photo booth business. This weekend, there was a wedding expo whereby I took my photo booth there. And one of the things I was doing was running a contest to win a free photo booth session for brides' weddings. So they could literally enter the contest. If they win, then we show up to their wedding with the photo booth. No deposits down, no money, no nothing. They just get the booth for free. And this is like between the photo booth rental time and the audio guest book, it's $1,100 value, right? And they're getting it for free. So the person that won, I wrote them yesterday saying, hey, congratulations, you won our contest for a free photo booth. You get all this stuff with it. Just make sure to write us back or to let us know that you got this message. We'll send you a contract so you can fill it out so you'll know what you're getting, but it's completely free, right? I heard nothing back. So I get a call this morning on my business line, and it's the lady that I hit up. And she's like, hey, so-and-so, I was trying to see, I got this email yesterday saying I won some kind of thing and whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, this is us. Yeah, this is our photo booth business. And yeah, you have won a free photo booth. When I tell you I had to spend the next 5 minutes convincing this woman that I was a legitimate company, that the prize she won was actually real, that she didn't have to pay us any kind of money, and that we weren't going to just not show up on her wedding day, that we would legitimately show up. And she was saying like, I got the thing and I tried to write you back, but I guess the way she put my email into her address thing, it didn't send to my mailbox. So it just said, oh, the user didn't get it back. So she was all even more paranoid, right? But yeah, like for her, like I really had to say like, no, like there's no deposit down. Like we will actually show up. Yes, we're a legitimate company. We've been around for 3 years now. Yes, did you get a chance to experience the photo booth at the show? Well, okay, but you saw it there, right? Okay, so yeah, that was us. We didn't pay for a spot at the expo to not be a real company because it cost me a couple of $1,000s to put this on. I would not put this on. I didn't say all this part, but I would not put this on if I weren't a legitimate company. But yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, I'm just trying to do some good in the world by letting somebody legitimately win a free photo booth. And yet the person that won it, this woman, is just so skeptical. Like, she's like, is this real? I couldn't tell if this was real or not because, there's other scams out there and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know for sure, this, and that. And I realized the last time I had some kind of interaction like that or feeling like that coming from a woman was in my early dating days when I was overreaching and trying to do all the things for a woman that I just met, Like in college, there was a girl, I realized for the first time, a girl that actually had a legit crush on me when I was like 18. And so I invited her out on a first date, kept it low key, kept it like a nice short little dinner. She was kind of nervous on the date, but we had a great time. The second date though, during the first date, she had mentioned that she liked Disney on Ice. Like she really liked the show, right? And so it just so happened that Disney on Ice was coming to town in like 2 weeks. And so I paid for us to get tickets to go to this event, which keep in mind, I'm 18. I don't have a job. I'm using like scholarship money to be able to take this woman out for a nice meal and then also to Disney on Ice. And she has no idea. And so, yeah, next week comes, I pull up. I didn't tell where we were going. I pull up to the amphitheater where they were going to be having Disney on Ice, or the Coliseum rather. And I'm thinking like, oh, she's going to be jumping for joy. The whole time she was just like, oh, cool. This is nice. Thanks. Like she was just so unenthused. And I didn't realize until in hindsight, it's like, oh crap, was I doing the most and was it freaking her out? She didn't expect me to go from like a dinner date to like basically a grandiose thing where I had to spend money I didn't technically have to be able to take her to this thing. And then after that, I could not get her on a date. And so this is where I give women credit because there's a lot of narrative on the internet today about how all women are gold diggers and all women only want guys that have a lot of money and they're going to spend it on them. And hey, there are videos where women are talking about, well, I asked him to send me some money for lunch and he sent me $30 and I needed him to send me $100 and he didn't do that. So he's out of here. So it's not that those kind of women do not exist, but I think that those narratives are pushed so heavily that we don't look at the overall. In my experience, I have found more often than not in my dating life, most women did not need me, or want me rather, to spend an exorbitant amount of money on them in the beginning. Because to them, there's a level in their head that says that that amount of money that amount of attention from a guy needs to be earned over a period of time. And so where men falter is they think, I'm just going to give her the world right away. I'm going to give her freebies. I'm going to just do good out of the goodness of my heart. And she's going to see that it was meant to be good and nothing else more. And so she's going to be so appreciative. And yet I have found what's actually going on in women's head is they're thinking, okay, he's buying me a lot of expensive stuff. He's doing a lot of nice things for me. What does he want out of this? Like anytime I've slid back into nice guy, do anything for you with no obligation mode, the feeling tone I've always gotten back from women is, what are his true intentions? What does he actually want? Why is he doing this? How is he going to eventually screw me over? What's he going to ask down the line for me to do? Like, is he going to hold this against me? Like, well, I did this thing for you, so now you got to do this thing for me because I blah, blah, blah. And to be fair, women have experienced that with guys where it's like a guy will take him out for a dinner and then 2 dates later, it's like, but I took you to that expensive dinner on the first date. Why won't you sleep with me? And so it's not people in general. I mean, I know I'd be skeptical. I'd be skeptical if somebody just hit me up and said, hey, this $1,200 thing that I have, I'm just going to give it to you. Like, I'd kind of be like, what's really going on? And because women have had the experience of being, taken for granted, taken advantage of, being screwed over last minute by guys that said they were going to do things that they actually didn't do, is it any wonder that women come to the table skeptical when you, who are seemingly trying to actually legitimately be a so-called nice guy and is just actually legitimately doing things not to get anything from her, but out of the goodness of your heart, is it any wonder that they'd be skeptical? And I got that whole feeling when this woman was like really questioning me. And even at the end, after I said all that, she was like, okay, so like, do you have like any reviews I can see, or do you have like an Instagram? So I was like, oh, thank God I got an Instagram set up, because all that's on my Instagram is previous events that I did for the last 2 years that show that, oh, I do this. Because when I was going to these other events, I would purposely film people using the photo booth to use for advertising, and then I'd make like a 1-minute little video at the end and then put it up on Instagram so people could see like, oh, we do this. So there's at least like 15 or 16 videos she can go look at that will show her, oh, he actually does this, and it'll hopefully ease her nerves a bit. But all this to say, guys, yeah, don't think you need to do extra for these women. Like I tell you guys time and time again, taking them out and paying for their meal or paying for whatever you guys are doing is already admittedly kind of weird for her, but it's like she knows at this point that that's par for the course. That is part of the normal dating game, is like you're going to take her out and probably pay. She ain't going to feel guilty about that. But you doing extra stuff, she's going to get suspect. So don't feel bad if you feel like I'm holding back from my true self, because what you're actually doing is putting her at ease by not doing all the things. When she becomes the girlfriend, you can ease into doing more of all the things. But right now, she's of the mindset that she needs to earn all of that, because her getting it for free, she's going to be suspect. It's going to feel weird. And she's going to end up probably not wanting to see you and going over to Chad over there, who's only trying to D her down and isn't trying to pay for a whole lot of stuff. So just thought that was an interesting thing that happened this morning. But hey, let me know your guys' thoughts. Have you had a time where you were trying to like woo a girl and you were doing the most and it actually worked? Or did you find that like my situations where you did a whole lot and they ended up being like, this is weird, I'm out of here? Leave your comments down below. Also, let me know of any topics you want me to cover on one of these couch chats or on any one of my shows in general, and I'll be happy to get to them. That's all I got. I'm Harry Wilmington, and I will catch you guys on the next episode. I'm out. Peace.
You's a bad boy, but you can't stop, won't stop. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-class man. You a high-earning, high-value, high-class man.